Capricorns, welcome to your weekly reading for the week of June 9th. Thank you for being here. I hope you are doing well. Let's see what's coming through for you. You can use this for your sun, moon, and rising sign. So let's see what's coming through for you. So this week we have a full moon happening in the sign of Sagittarius. Full moons are all about completion. And this is also the time when our intuition is strong. So pay attention to what's going on. Within, around you, signs, synchronicities, dreams. You might come across some new information, new insights and ideas. So pay close attention. Your cards are Ten of Swords, completion, Five of Pentacles, Four of Pentacles, oh my goodness, and Seven of Cups. So this is distraction. Your mind is distracted, and it might have to do with a situation and your thoughts, how it's making you feel actually. Something to do. So this is all the things that you want to do, all the things that you have to do. So a lot of you are coming across, you are bombarded with several things. Opportunity, it could be opportunities, it could be things that you need to work on, or it could be your own goals and dreams. So mind is a little bit distracted. And on the other hand, yeah, that is actually, these are your cards: Ten of Swords, Five of Pentacles, and Four of Pentacles. And something to do with your financial money issues are also coming through. It could be that you want to do things, but you are feeling a little bit, you have a strict budget and you don't want to go overboard. So what I want to say about this is just be aware of your own thoughts, beliefs, and how you are approaching the situation. Something to do with beliefs. Okay, so something to reflect on, Capricorn. So what are these beliefs? What are these thoughts that you are choosing to hold on to, and how it's making you feel? It's valid. Whatever you are feeling, however you are feeling, it's valid. But it sometimes it also has to do with how we want to, where we are coming from, our own perspectives, how we are approaching that situation, and it's also about reflecting, contemplating on things, and understanding, okay, what needs to happen, what needs to change here. What I'm seeing here is, for some, there are certain things that you are not seeing at this moment. Again, it might have to do with, maybe you are just mentally tired, and or on the other hand, it could also be, what I am getting is pride. That, so know if that is true. Okay, it could be that no judgments here. I mean, it's all about awareness, right? So what I'm seeing is, it could be that you want to do things, but you want to do it yourself. It's like you don't want to ask for help. You want to do it yourself, is what I'm seeing, and that can lead to some exhaustion here. On the other hand, with both these cards, Capricorns, what I'm seeing is, there is something there that you are overlooking. So it could be whatever it is that you are seeking. It could be guidance, it could be help, it could be an opportunity, it could be someone that you can reach out to. So are you aware? Are you do you want to consult that person. It could be maybe you know who this person is, or it could be so what I want to say is, when we this know how to turn around the situation. I'm just giving you options, but when the thing is, when we go through something challenging, it could be that you are not feeling well, okay? And when we are not feeling well and when we are mentally exhausted, everything looks like a feels like a Herculean task, even simple things. It could be that for some of you. If that is the case, you want to know how you can create some kind of balance and take care of yourself. That's important. On the other hand, it could also be the thoughts. Are you ask yourself if you are focusing on what can go wrong and your own weaknesses. We all have strengths and also weaknesses, right? But what happens is, when we put too much focus on our weaknesses, we strengthen them, and it becomes this all consuming energy, and then everything it's very mentally exhausting. So are you focusing on your weaknesses? And that is something to be mindful of. If that is the case, then shifting your perspective and your thoughts is important, and you want to focus on your strengths. What is it? And remind yourself of all your wins. You went through difficult situations, challenges in the past, and you know how to overcome these challenges, and you have learned your lessons. And where you are now, you are a different person. You know how to handle these situations. So you want to remind yourself of all your wins, and you want to focus on what your strengths are. And also it's important to be more resourceful. Connecting with people is important. This is where looks like you are doing things yourself, or it could be like sometimes our company also it also makes a huge difference. For instance, like if we are when we complain about things, we all do, no judgments here again. When we when we talk about situations and experiences that are not going well, and when we complain about things, and the people who we are complaining to, if they are saying yes to everything we are talking about, then that won't help, right? So sometimes it also has to do with the company we keep. And so you might want to maybe talk to people who will help you see things from a different perspective. So when someone say yes to everything we are complaining about, oh, you know what, you are right, and this should not be this way, and blah blah blah, then it won't help. But sometimes we need to talk to people who can help us see things from a different perspective, and help us remind us of our own strengths, our own potential, and what we are capable of doing, right? So that needs to happen here. So know who you are talking to, who you are with, and how is it helping you, or if it's draining your energy. So that is something to be mindful of. And on the other hand, this is you being very hard on yourself, Capricorn. this has to do with your own self judgments and you doubting yourself, questioning yourself. And there are there are a lot of things, mental, things that you are thinking about. It could also be environment wherever you are. There are a lot of things coming at you. What I'm also seeing is it could be that something that you are working on is very tiring. Um, so here with Ten of Swords, this is you doing your research. There are a lot of things in your mind. It could be that you are brainstorming, um, you are learning things, and that's taking a toll on your health. It could be that something to do with your health also is coming through. Maybe some of you are not feeling well, and here, but you are getting up and doing what you can do though. Look at these cards here, Ten of Swords and Five of Pentacles, right? So this is you. Yes, it's kind of challenging where you are at this moment. It may not resonate with everybody. For some, it could be that you are going through something mentally taxing situation, but you are getting up. Yes, it's a little bit difficult, but you are challenging yourself to get up and get going, and that's exactly what you are doing here. You are rising stronger. And what I want to say is keep your thoughts positive, and know how you are approaching your attitude, your beliefs, how you are approaching the situation. And again, if we are physically and mentally, emotionally tired, then everything seems like a big deal. But it's important, instead of pushing through the difficult, just remember to give it some space, give it some time, and rest, sleep, do something that you enjoy doing. And when your energy is balanced, when you feel more inspired, then you will find a new perspective, a new idea on how to tackle these situations. So if you are tired, then what I want to say is rest, sleep, and maybe you will wake up with a new idea, a new inspiring thought, and that will help you find solutions, and that will help you handle the situation beautifully, whatever this is. And here with Four of Pentacles, it feels like again something to do with a project you are working on, your finance, or it could be that you are something that you are holding on to is kind of not good. So what is it that you are choosing to hold on to? It could be something someone said, did, their actions, their behavior, or it could be doubts in your own mind, or it could be again worrying about things. So is there any way you can just let it go? So what needs to happen here? That is important to reflect on. For some, this is also invitations, new opportunities, you exploring new ways of doing things, brainstorming new possibilities. And also, Capricorns, see, this could be, assumptions, imaginations, things like that. And that may have something to do with what's happening in the sky now. Yeah, there is a square happening, Mercury and Saturn. Mercury has to do with communication, and Saturn has to do with discipline. Um, and the square um, is a challenging aspect. Give me one second. Okay, a challenging aspect, and that can make us feel, distracted and a little bit confused. And there is another square happening between Jupiter and Saturn. Saturn is everywhere. Saturn is a tough taskmaster. Saturn help us stay more committed and, disciplined. And this square between Jupiter and Saturn can make us feel kind of restricted. And that's what I'm seeing here, feeling a little bit restricted. Yes, this is what I was looking for. On the 18th, there is another square happening between Jupiter and Neptune. Now, Neptune is a planet of imaginations, and it's also a planet of spirituality. And this square, because it's a square, it can make us feel kind of all over the place, distracted again. So this here may have something to do with assumptions, imaginations, projections. So misunderstandings is what I'm getting. So if this has something to do with the situations that you are coming across, conversations you are having with someone, instead of going by the surface appearances, what's happening on the surface, if you really want to get a clear understanding and find solutions, you might have to go the other way, meaning you might have to dig a little deeper and reflect on things, and also ask the right questions to make sure you are understanding things clearly. Yes, this is like projections, so assumptions. So avoid making any assumptions, especially if there is something that for some may have something to do with relationships, your friendships, family, things like that, or it could also be about opportunities that you are coming across. So it's important before you sign any contracts, it's important to make sure you are understanding things clearly. So don't go by how things are appearing on the surface. Instead, ask the right questions and take your time. And if the clarity is not there, you don't want to do anything. Take your time and have patience. Having patience is important. And this is also Capricorns, all the things that you want to do. So pick and choose, that's important, where you want to spend your time, your energy, your what are the priorities here, that is important, so you can get things done without feeling overwhelmed. Okay, now let's see what's coming through on the oracle cards. Self-care is important. Self-care is not just about, taking care of our body, right? It also has to do with what kind of choices we are making, and how we are spending our time, our energy, the thoughts that we are choosing to hold on to and entertain. So this is also, we need to be conscious of all these things, because everything is energy. And sometimes it's not the work that is tiring, it's our thoughts about the work that is tiring, right? Okay. So your forgiveness. This card actually came through for, I don't know, Aries, Leo, or someone else, Taurus, I think. So the message here is holding on to a past hurt is preventing you from moving forward, and achieving your heart's desires. Let it go. Forgiveness doesn't mean that you condone another's actions. It simply means that you are no longer willing to be a perpetual victim to a particular person or event. Blame is a waste of your precious energy. Bless and surrender the past, for in doing so, you will reclaim the joy of life. Yeah, this may have something to do with a past situation, something that happened long time ago, and your thoughts about that event. How you are understanding and perceiving that situation. For some, it could be a current situation that you are going through. But again, like I mentioned, what is it that you are choosing to hold on to? Is it true? Something to be, for some, it could be a wallet, it could be its wallet, whatever you are feeling. But sometimes we have to dig a little deeper in order to understand, okay, what is the truth here? Am I, is this just my imagination, or is it really true? So that will help you move on, because what happens when we so none of us are victims, right? But unconsciously, sometimes we find ourselves blaming, complaining, and things like that. So when we are again, everything is energy. When we are in that energy, what happens is we attract similar situations in future. So we let our past influence our future. So this situation here, sometimes it's valid, sometimes it's our thoughts about that situation. Whatever the case may be, how we are understanding things, our mind doesn't know, right? Whatever we are thinking, and whatever it is that our emotions, our thoughts, our mind thinks it's true. This experience is our mind doesn't know, like what is just projection, what is just assumption, and what is a true experience. So when we hold on to these past hurts and these memories, these thoughts, we make it, we create our beliefs. A belief is just something, a belief is a thought that we hold on to, and then it becomes our belief. And when we come from that belief, we create, it becomes our reality. And the relationships that the people we attract, the situations we attract, will have the same energy. So we are letting the past influence our future. So, and it's not going to be helpful, because when we let go of, because it won't help you realize your full potential. It won't help you fulfill your dreams. So what is it that you are holding on to? And is it true, or do you need to dig a little deeper in order to get a different understanding on things? Because if you are still choosing to hold on to these thoughts, these beliefs, then we only come across challenging situations in our future. So we want to ask ourselves, what is it that we want to create in our life? What is it that we want to experience? And where is it that we are creating these experiences from? When we come across roadblocks, it's because it's not because of bad luck, or the world is against us. It's not because of that. It's because we are creating these experiences from those old beliefs. So we need to let go of that. We need to make peace, and we need to come from a different understanding, and then create from that new understanding in order to manifest what we truly want to experience in our life. It could be a great relationship. So for instance, like if you want to manifest a great relationship, if the relationship, if the child, if the relationship with our, you know, past relationships, what transpired in the past, if that is still unresolved, if you still, there is still some thing that you are still holding on to the memories and everything, we will move forward and attract the, people who will have the same energy, um, so that is something to be mindful of. Long reading for Capricorns. So just be aware how you want to, address this. What is the truth here? Because with both these, this is misunderstandings and something that you are not seeing at this moment, but that understanding is coming. So this is forgiveness. This has to do with forgiving yourself, and also forgiving the past, what transpired, because everything happens for a reason, and all our experiences help us become who we are meant to be, be better, do better. So it's a blessing, sometimes blessing in disguise. So it's all about blessing the experiences and paying our gratitude, and then moving forward with a new understanding. So it's all about perspectives, and maybe this has to do with you consulting someone who is helping you see things from a different angle, or it could also be your own intuition, your own understanding, because you are a wise person. So this is you, getting in touch with your own wise spirit, and coming into a new understanding, coming into a new awareness, which is what full moons are all about. So pay attention to your own intuition, what's happening within, what's happening around you, and signs, synchronicities, dreams, because it's helping you move in the right direction, and let go of something that you are holding on to. I'm seeing that it here and here. So what are these beliefs? What are these thoughts? What are these fears? Something needs to go, Capricorns. All right, that's what I have for you. I hope this was helpful. Please watch your moon and the rising sign as well. Maybe you will find something different there. And if you want to book a personal reading, my email is in the description box below. Shoot me an email to schedule a reading. And please take good care of yourself. I hope you have a wonderful week ahead, and I will see you in the next reading. Bye-bye.